Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more juicy content from me. Hello, and welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying this year's podcast, YouTube videos so far. Tonight, I'm going to be talking out. Tonight, this morning, this afternoon, whatever time it is when you're watching me, I'm going to be talking about this one goal that you're probably not setting. It's like, I dare say that you haven't set. Now, the new year is a good time to set goals. And like I always tell people, you don't only get to set goals at the beginning of the year, you get to set goals every day. I have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, and yearly goals. And I review them from time to time to see if I'm on track and what I can do to bring myself closer. So yes, it's great to set goals, but there's this one goal that, you know, if you are a high achieving woman, C-suite, upper to middle management, or a doctor, you're probably not even setting this goal at all. But it's okay. I'm going to tell you what it is and share about, 4 or 5 thoughts around it and why it's important for you to set this particular goal, this specific goal. So here goes. Before I go into it though, my name is Dr. 𝒑𝒐𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒔. I help busy professionals and busy physicians create new careers, businesses, or vocations in 6 months or less without stress or burnout. I started off with mainly burnout coaching, but I realized that most of the people who were coming to me were people who had these sort of other dreams that without the accountability and courage, support, or strategies, they were just not doing them. So yes, you have your career and you go to work every day, but is that all there is? What is the thing you dreamt of when you were a child? It wasn't paperwork. Oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be doing paperwork. No, or whatever it is, right? And you surely didn't envision a life where you had no fun. Which brings me to the goal that you're not setting, that I dare say you're not setting. If you're setting this goal, great. You're in a very small percentage. Fun and leisure. I'm going to say it again for those in the back. You've not been setting goals for your fun and leisure. Is that the case with you? If it is, drop a comment or whatever. But a lot of times, high achieving people, we tend to think of fun and leisure as the thing that we do after we've achieved the thing. But these same high achieving people, once they achieve the thing, they barely even celebrate the thing before they move on to the next thing. What's that all about? For this reason, you need to set goals, actual goals of how you're going to incorporate fun, leisure, and rest into your life in 2023 and beyond. But here are a few thoughts about that will help you feel a little bit more comfortable about actually setting goals for fun and leisure like it's serious, because it kind of is. It's fun, but it's serious. Number 1, if you don't do it, it won't happen. Like I said before, high achieving professionals, you're a doctor, you're just getting on with it. And before you look back like, oh wow, I've met people who said, I haven't taken a vacation in 5 years. And I'm like, why are you broadcasting this information? It's not something to be proud of. Or, when you talk about what do you do for fun, they look at you like, in the words from Black Panther, an antelope in the headlights. They freeze. If you don't do it, it won't happen. So take a look at your calendar. In fact, if you're listening to this, bring out your calendar right now and start to purposely look for spaces in your calendar that you can do some fun and leisure things. Fun and leisure don't just happen to you. You have to make them happen. If you don't do it, it won't get done. Or if you're waiting for someone else to do it for you, they won't. Most corporations don't even want you to take the vacation that you're owed, let alone any kind of time off for yourself. What can you do this year to create more fun and leisure and rest in your life? Remember, I'm talking about those three things: fun, leisure, and rest. And when I say rest, I'm not talking about how you fall into your bed, collapsed and tired after a hard day's work. That's not what I'm calling rest. That is that you have to do. That's kind of like a forced sleep. I'm talking about time when you just have to yourself. You're not really doing anything. We don't think that we are worthy of it. We think that it's something that we're going to do later, but if we don't do it, it doesn't get done. You know? Take some time off from your busy life. Put off your phone. Lie down on your bed. Stare off into space. Yes, it's valid. It's restful. Have some fun. Go outside. Play in the snow if you're from a snowy environment, or go to the park and sit down and stare at the birds. Do something without an agenda. Take a vacation. Take some time off. There's a reason that places give time off, but you need to be the one to use it. That's number one. Number two, if you don't rest, have fun, and take leisure on a regular basis, you will burn out. A lot of times, the reasons for burnout are not these miraculous outside, way out of left field things. It's just a lack of rest. If you look at your calendar and you haven't had a vacation in 2 years, you will burn out. I mean, it's a natural consequence. You have to rest. You have to have fun. You have to play. You have to have something called leisure. You're not just built to work, pay bills, and die. You're not a horse. Even horses rest. If you don't rest regularly, you will burn out. And it's better for you to go through life taking regular periods of rest rather than running until you burn out so bad that you have to now take years to recover. How about building those rest times into your life on a regular basis? Number three, a lot of times people think of leisure and rest as the thing you do after you finish working. And let me give an example of doctors. As doctors, so what happens before we even get into medical school? We're spending our teenage years building up, I have to build up my resume or whatever, get into school, I have to get these good grades, right? I have to get high grades so I can get into the best medical school. When you get the high grades, what do? You don't even celebrate. You're like, yes, medical school, we're going. After medical school, I have to get into this residency and that residency and the other program, You do that. Then after residency, you don't even stop to celebrate. Hey, I finished residency. No, I have to get this attending job and this contract, and maybe I have to move out of state, yada, 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 yada. I'm specifically referring to the US, but it's the same in other places, right? I have to get this next thing. When you become an attending, I have to become a senior lecturer. When you become a senior lecturer, I have to become an assistant professor. When you become an assistant professor, I have to become an associate professor. Then I have to become a full professor. And it's grind to the point where you don't even know that you don't even stop and look back and realize, oh my goodness, holy moly, I've been working since I was 16 and I've never really built fun and leisure into my life. It's just, if it happens, it happens. I know someone who doesn't really travel for leisure. She will travel if there's like a family emergency. But it's like, why don't you just take some time and go somewhere for fun? Must it be something, the reason you travel is always something bad? Somebody's dead. Somebody's sick. No, you get to travel for fun, for leisure too. There will always be work. There's never going to be a time where you're going to be like, I'm done working on anything. If that happens, then that means you're dead. Since there's always going to be something to do, don't wait till there's nothing to do, because there will never be nothing to do. Don't wait until there's nothing to do before you take that vacation. Go, take that time off. And I'm not going to give you specifics of what to do, but you get to sit down and create goals for your own fun, leisure, free time and rest. You get to do that for yourself because it's your life. And these things are so important to your physical and mental health. Rest is important. Even machines, we don't run them all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year. We turn them off, we service them. Even light bulbs, we turn them off sometimes, right? Thought number 4, it's not always a money thing. It doesn't have to be about money. So, yes, you're a high achieving woman, you're management, or you're a doctor, you make money, at least a livable wage, whatever. You don't have to splurge necessarily. The idea that, a vacation is expensive, I have these other things to do, is a weird idea because these other things will always be there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know what, I haven't taken a vacation in 5 years, I'm going to put it all on my credit card and go to Disney. No. How about you go to the Holiday Inn and take a few days with your favorite book, swim around the hot tub, and then come back home. You will be amazed at how much this will do for your mental state, for your energy level. Last year I did just that. I took myself, I got my little car, well, not a little car, but you know what I mean. I drove somewhere that was like a good 1.5 hours away, went to a hotel, stayed there, used their hot tub, ate breakfast, walked around the town. It was, near enough. I would go just walking around the town. I just had a little beach. It was Lake Geneva, and just walking around and, just having some time. It did so much for my brain. In fact, weirdly enough, I was actually sort of working, but very much scaled back. But even that, the fact that I could stop my day in the middle of the day and just go walking and just keep going and thinking and just enjoying the fresh air by the beach, the water. So it doesn't have to be a money thing, but if you're creative, you can think about ways to put fun and leisure and rest into your life without breaking the bank. I didn't break the bank with this. I was just, there are times when you splurge, there are times when you have to be frugal. I knew that I needed some time off, and I just went about it in the easiest and cheapest way possible. Sometimes you have to go for cheap. There's nothing wrong with that. But the idea of thinking, when I make X amount of money, or when I have X amount in my bank account, I'm going to start taking vacations. The truth is that when you have X amount of money, the thing that you did to get that X amount of money, you're going to feel the pressure to continue doing it to make even bigger amounts of money. And if you don't have the habit of taking time for fun, leisure, rest, and free time, you won't do it. If you can't do it when you're a thousandaire, you're not going to do it when you're a millionaire. You're just not. Last but not the least is a very important point that I have to address, especially for women. I'm going to hit the nail on the head now. Many women feel guilty about using their free time for anything apart from something for someone else. This is why I'm having conversations with my clients telling them, you need to take an hour a day where it's just you doing nothing. And they look at me, like, why? Why is that so foreign, so weird, so unheard of? Guilt. But take a step back. What has guilt ever done for you? Nothing. Guilt is one of the most powerful negative emotions that produces nothing. It doesn't produce any results. Now, the caveat is if you're an actual criminal, yes, you should feel guilty about what you've done, but it's not a crime to take vacations. It's not a crime to kick back and, watch TV. And I'm saying purposefully, not kind of like, I'm watching TV, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of the 20,000 tasks I have to do. Then you're not watching TV and you're not even gaining the benefit from the so-called vegging out you're doing. If you're going to rest, you have to do it guilt-free for it to be meaningful. Feel the guilt, but do it anyway. Don't try to cover up your guilt feeling about vacations by doing more work. That's ridiculous. It just is. So, this podcast has gone a bit longer than I anticipated. Didn't realize I had so much to say about fun. There you go. But like I said, I'm just going to recap the 5 thoughts about setting goals for fun and leisure and rest and your free time. Number 1, if you don't do it, it won't get done. Nobody's going to come and, arrange your free time for you. If you don't rest on a regular basis, you will burn out. Number 3, don't think of leisure as something you do after all the work is done. The work is never going to be done. Number 4, it's not always a money thing. You can still work with the budget you have without thinking, oh, I have to wait till I'm a gazillionaire before I take one vacation. 5, last but not the least, stop feeling guilty about things that are not crimes. Guilt is only for criminals. So there you have it. Thank you for watching and for listening. Share this to your friends, your family. Maybe you guys can hold each other accountable for your free time, for setting goals for your free time together. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.